Hello and welcome to the Pan-African Forum on Open Education and Open Access. My name is John Wilbanks. I run the Science Commons project at Creative Commons, and I'm happy to welcome you to the University Sheikh Anta Diop for this one-day important forum on open access and open education in Africa. Creative Commons concerns itself with the impact of copyright on culture, scholarship, science, and education. We're a nonprofit organization based in California and the United States, but with operations in more than 50 countries. You can find us at creativecommons.org, and our goal is to save the world from failed sharing. This is when people want to share or to be open, but can't make the law work or the technology work in such a way that the sharing actually is effective to our users. We have about 250 million objects on the web under our copyright licenses now. My job at Creative Commons is to run what's called the Science Commons project. The Science Commons project looks at what it takes to extend Creative Commons methodologies and systems beyond copyright licenses. However, we did start with the copyright licenses. This is a visual of our Attribution 3.0 license, and what it shows you is what, as a user, you are free to do with any given work that's licensed under our licenses. In this case, you're free to share, to copy, distribute, and transmit the work, and to remix, to adapt the work. What that means is that you can email copies of the work under this license to your friends, you can translate them into your languages, and you can even make completely new versions out of them by putting them together with other objects under the system. This was designed originally for things like photographs and songs, but it's being used long and far away from simply a cultural space. One good example of this is open access. More than 1,000 journals worldwide now carry our copyright licenses to make it clear to users that they're free to distribute, display, forward, translate, remix, and even sell, in many cases, the scientific and scholarly literature. Another branch of Creative Commons that's relevant to your meeting today is CC Learn. CC Learn is looking at what it means to take the Creative Commons licenses and apply them inside what are called open educational resources. One very valuable tool that CC Learn has created already is called Discover Ed, which is a search engine that helps people find openly licensed educational materials. You can use Discover Ed to find courses on calculus, free MIT course materials, and course materials from many elite institutions in the United States and around the world. So I know you have a busy day, so I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I wanted to end with 3 things that you can do as a user in Africa to begin taking advantage of the sorts of materials that Creative Commons licenses make freely available. Number 1 is to use the open resources first. There's a lot of temptation to use closed resources that are given to you, but the open resources give you the rights to build your own capacity and make locally relevant solutions. Number 2 is implied by number 1, which is if you're going to use the open resources first, it's important to understand the difference between freedom and free. There's a lot of things that are for free from a cost perspective on the web, but that don't grant you freedoms to remix, adapt, share, display, forward, and remix. Last but not least, it's very important to connect with other users like yourselves. Systems like this forum that you're in today are a very valuable way to connect with other people in Africa that are doing valuable work in open access and open education. But it's also very important to make sure you connect to the users in Brazil, India, China, and many other places where there's a developing understanding that open resources and freedoms are actually very important to developing useful and long-lived systems for education and access on the web. Thank you, and good luck today.